Welcome back to Magnolia Acres. I'm Katie, and if you are brand new here, we're gonna get to be real good friends real quick. And if you're not new, I'm real glad to have you back. My plan for today had been to try to do a video just kind of recapping 2022 and casting some vision for 2023 on some of the things that I am hoping to do here on our farm. For those who don't know, we are in central Arkansas on 20 acres, most of which is still wooded. And right now I am sitting in what will very soon be my greenhouse. And I came out here with a notebook just to sit and dream and reflect on this very first day of 2023. And it just got me thinking about how far we've come so far. A year ago, I had 3 does and 1 buck in my goat herd. We now have 12 does and 3 bucks and a reservation down on a really, really exciting breeding with a doe that is up in Michigan for a buckling from her if she has one born this year. So she will be due in March, and I will talk some more about that in the very near future, because I'm really, really excited about the possibilities of what that could do for my herd. But I also just was thinking about, even just over the last couple years, all of the things that I have learned and the things that have changed, and thinking about how lonely this lifestyle can be. I got really wrecked in church this morning just because there are so many times that this life is very isolating, and I love it and I choose it, but it's also something that I'm doing because it's something that I feel called to, and that's not always easy for everyone in your life to understand. There are times that things on the farm have to be prioritized. Times when things on a farm are literally life and death. And it may not be life and death of a person, but it's still literally life and death situations that a lot of people just don't understand because it's not something that they experience. And if this life is something that you're called to, it's okay if not everybody understands. It's okay if you make choices that sometimes don't make sense outside of a farming or homestead life circle. But loneliness is hard. it's hard to stay with it sometimes, to just keep at it, keep pushing through, keep building when things are not progressing as quickly as you had hoped they would. This greenhouse is almost 2 years in the making. The original plan had been for it to be done in time for seed starting last season. So the original goal was to get it done by February of 2022. Now the goal is to have it done by Valentine's Day of 2023. But things happen. Our truck got struck by lightning this past summer, sitting in our driveway, and we've only had one vehicle since June. That makes it hard. It makes it hard to get everything done that you want to get done. I am so thankful because I had just gone and picked Phoenix up 2 days before the lightning struck the truck, and I would not have been able to get him if I had not already made the drive to go get him when I did. I would have changed a lot of things for this breeding season if he hadn't been here and hadn't been an option. In the last year, we built the barn. We built the goat barn this past year with, taking down one of the horse sheds and piecing it back together with the other one and turning it into a barn instead of 2 3-sided sheds. That took a lot of work for just 2 people to make happen. There's a lot that goes into it that the world doesn't always see. They see the end result. They don't always see all the hard work along the way. I think that's one of the things that I love about getting to watch people's journeys on YouTube and through social media, is getting to see some of the stuff along the way that we didn't always get to see. We didn't used to get to see all of the hard parts and the failures and all of the failures that led up to the one success. So I love that there are a lot of people that are trying to share their failures as well as their successes. I hope that I'm able to do that with you guys. Help you realize that these are not overnight things for the majority of people. Building a farm takes a lot of time. I saw somewhere in the last couple years that someone was talking about these, it may have been Jeremiah on Roots and Refuge, talking about it either takes a lot of money and a little bit of time, or a little bit of money and a lot of time, and that those are really kind of the only 2 options. And if you don't have a lot of money to throw at something, you gotta be real patient to get to your goals. Be real patient to see the end result that you're hoping for. One of the things I'm real excited about for this year coming up is getting started on the community garden that is going to take place over at my church, and I'm hoping to bring you guys along the way for a lot of that. Some of my goals for my garden here at home have changed. I have to remind myself I don't need 32 tomato plants for a family of 4. Even one row of 8 plants is probably going to give us more tomatoes than we can eat. I don't love canning. It's just not something that I'm real excited about. I would prefer to learn more about eating seasonally and what that looks like, and eating fresh from my garden while it's here, and then planting for fall and winter and changing my eating habits during those seasons. So that's something that I'm going to be kind of changing my focus towards, especially starting this year. I'm real excited about getting in the show ring with my goats. I'm excited about this greenhouse that right now is just some 2x4 walls, but it's going to be really, really amazing when it gets done. It's going to be a really, really special space. I'm excited about the prospects of adding some other protein sources to our farm. I have not made any final decisions yet about what I want that to be. I've looked into both the idea of doing pigs and doing meat chickens. Chickens I have experience with. Be a lot less of a learning curve. I still really like the idea of finding a multi-purpose chicken breed to raise. That's still definitely a very, very high possibility. But I've also been looking into rabbits. The more I'm learning about meat rabbits, the more curious I'm getting about that option. I did have some Netherland dwarf rabbits many years ago. It feels like a different lifetime at this point, honestly, that I bred for show. That was like 8 to 10 years ago, I guess now. So I do have already some knowledge about at least what it takes to raise rabbits and care for them. I had tried to get into meat rabbits at that point, and I had bought a trio of silver fox rabbits, and the buck that I had was sterile, unfortunately. So that didn't ever come to fruition, but it's something that I've been thinking about. But yeah, just trying to do some things to build some community here locally. I would love to get a seed swap going here in town. Community garden is very high on my list. It is happening this year, so I'm putting that out there. It is happening. I don't have all the details figured out yet, but we're gonna make that one happen. But yeah, so just a lot of thoughts today about the growth that we've had, the changes that have happened, and going forward, kind of what I want to make this look like. I think I just want to end this today with just some encouragement for you guys to afraid to be uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. That's how we, a seed has to push through. Once it sprouts, it has to push through the dirt before we ever know that it is growing. There's change that happens under the surface first before the world can ever see that growth. So if you're in that season where you feel like you're the only one that sees the changes that are being made and the effort that's being put in, don't give up. You're gonna break through that ground any day, and the world's gonna be able to see what you've been striving for and working on, and the changes that you're making and the goals that you're setting. And so don't be afraid to be a little bit uncomfortable in the meantime. So I hope that you guys have had some time to rest and reflect and dream. I hope you've given yourself some time to dream as we, have stepped from one year into another and taken some time to just be with yourself. If there's something that you are feeling called to and you haven't taken that leap yet, I encourage you to do it. Starting this YouTube channel is something that I felt like I was supposed to do for over a year before I made my first video, before I made that intro video. I knew what it was supposed to look like. I knew this was something I was supposed to be doing, and I was scared, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It can be hard, and it can be scary, but it can be really, really good also. So I thank you guys for hanging out with me today as I sat in what will someday be my greenhouse, and where we hopefully will have lots of chats. And I will see you again soon as we move into kidding season and gardening season, seed starting, garden planning, and all of the things that are going to be happening on the farm this year. I'm really excited to get to take you guys along with me, and I hope you were inspired maybe a little bit today to go ahead and dream a little bit bigger. But I will see you guys next time.